With me now is Simon Sandoval-Moshenberg. He is a partner at Murray Asoro Immigration Law Firm and the lead attorney for Kilmar Abrego Garcia and his family, the first person who we were talking about. Thank you so much for being here, Simon. I really appreciate it. Let's talk about this latest development in your client's case. What do you make of it? What was your reaction today?
Yeah, the government played the same game today that they did last Friday with the first hearing in this case, where they sent in a lawyer who'd been, it almost seems, deliberately shielded from any actual information, right? So the judge asked some really basic questions. Where is Kilmar? Under whose custody is he being held? What have you all done so far, right? Because the Supreme Court lifted the stay yesterday early evening. They had almost 12 hours to get cracking on this. And the lawyer just said, I don't know. So the judge was not happy with that, and that's why she put into place an order that they provide daily status updates from an administration official, not just these sort of lawyers filing briefs saying we don't know what's going on.
How optimistic are you that those updates will happen, given the fact that the lawyer for the government today said, look, we can't provide this information? What's to say they'll be able to provide it next week?
Yeah, the judge hasn't kicked out the written order sort of setting forth the schedule, but what she said in court was that the first update is going to be due tomorrow, Saturday. She specifically said there are no weekends on this case. And she's expecting a detailed statement from an administration official with personal knowledge describing the steps that have been taken so far, which, frankly, I hope isn't nothing. It's got to be something at this point. And then the plan going forward. And, you know, I have to trust that they're going to act in good faith and actually provide that information. But if they don't, we'll be ready to go back in front of the judge and ask her to really bring the hammer down.
I want to read you part of a statement from the Justice Department. This was yesterday after the Supreme Court's ruling, which you just referenced. As the Supreme Court correctly recognized, it is the exclusive prerogative of the president to conduct foreign affairs. This ruling once again illustrates that activist judges do not have the jurisdiction to seize control of the president's authority to conduct foreign policy. The Trump administration viewing the Supreme Court ruling as a victory for them, but it seems like you're viewing it just the opposite.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, the Supreme Court ruled 9-0 unanimously that the United States government has to facilitate his return to the United States. That order is in effect as we speak. There was the Supreme Court wasn't sure what was meant by one verb, effectuate. And so the district court last night clarified what she meant by that verb. And what she said is, take all reasonable steps available to the government. That's all we've ever been asking for. Take reasonable steps, which would start with picking up the phone. I mean, I don't think that there's anyone in this country who doesn't believe that if we actually picked up the phone and asked, we could get him back here, by tomorrow. It's a 5-hour flight.
Are you concerned that the El Salvadorian government might not be able to find him or might, for whatever reason, resist moving quickly to release him if that call came in?
I see no reason why the Salvadoran government would fight the United States of America and, lose its most powerful relationship, $6 million contract that we're giving them to detain Kilmar Abrego and other people with him. Why are they going to, ruin all that over one guy, a Maryland father, right? For that reason, I do expect that if we made a genuine good faith ask, they would say, yeah, where do you need him?
Of course, this is someone who is a father, resides in Maryland with his family. I know you've been in contact with his family. How is his wife? How's his family holding up?
It's been really difficult for them. The kids, I mean, especially his 5-year-old son, who's autistic and who witnessed the arrest and who was really, really traumatized by it. Jennifer's, was very, very grateful to see the ruling of the Supreme Court last night. And then this morning, the government was ordered to provide a detailed status update, and they just didn't. So it's been a real roller coaster of emotions for her.
And just finally, what's next? What are you watching for next?
So the government has to provide detailed, factual status updates, and we're going to get the chance to respond. And if we think that they're, hiding facts or being too generalized, not giving details, we'll certainly bring that to the attention of the judge. But more to the point, if we think that their status updates show that they're not moving fast enough, we're also going to bring that to the attention of the judge.
All right. Well, we will continue to track this as well. We really appreciate it. Simon Sandoval-Moshenberg, thank you for being here in person for that update.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.